midwinter. I was with Duffy at Colin, Jacqueline, and Adrian's house, and I loaned him $20, which he paid back earlier in the night, and we got to this like dialogue where like I started very softly threatening to kill him if he didn't pay the $20 back, and he got it right away, and we just like, while I was writing the poem I'm about to read, we were talking the whole time about how we were going to kill one another, how it was going to go down. And then once I finished the poem, I threw it in the garbage. And then, anyone who knows Adrian will know how this shit goes down. But like, I really embarrassingly said like, "Oh my God, Adrian, I think I threw out a good poem in your garbage." He was like, "Ugh." I came over to his house, and then this is the thing, because it's not being inconsiderate, you just don't even think about it when you're with Adrian. But I was there, and I just stood there while he fished through the garbage, through everything, like eggshells, pickled brine, everything. And he's like, and I was like, you can, he said, no! Oh. And he finally found it. And so this is the poem that went down there. It's called Copernicus, I think. You were gone, my friend, Galileo Galilei. One egg I ate, daydreaming of nightmares of your death. Vulture's globe it is, and childless, empties the world, flaming, burning. Laugh with me, Bruno Giordano, disentangle my web. Rooster's rooking world this is, and little more. Sketch of sparrows, shivering snow. Headless man, hold me helpless, howling. Hell is here. He knocks is knocking nowhere, announcing always, Galileo, Galileo, Galilei. I surpass it easily, the seven wonders of the world. Still this agony yet as Copernicus lies in some black valley, the very center of things. Taciturn, benign, watchful, I perch upon a Warsaw chimney. I am a crow now, I see, considering a grave matter, though in the end, perhaps a single arch of snow, rising infinitely above me. What was that I thought about once, now that it is gone? An eyelash I met once, cruelty is his brow. Stop, end, conclude. The cosmos reproaches and will have nothing more, nor less, Copernicus. A blackboard whitens before me. There are bones left unexposed. At the very center, Copernicus, the sun, the moon, the planets lay down together. They lock their iron gates, the doors of the universe. Niccolo, Niccolo, broken hinges slamming in the wind. Right? Yeah, this is called Mephistopheles and the 7-Year Itch. I know a curved-glassed witch who likes to read obscurely. Lithuanian folklore, Saturnine psalms, and when a word, her memory escapes her, she traces, she spells it backwards. She spins a crooked house and curses the poor. People used to read by candlelight, she muses. People used to eat my alphabet. Slurring the word alphabet? That's funny. What? Like, yeah. What? Okay. Where am I? People used to eat my alphabet soup. Don't talk like this when we're dancing, I tell her. Stop pulling at my nose. I kiss her, I hold her. I sharpen my horns on the balcony. You were drawn in the dark with broken crayons, I venture. Your brooms, your cities, your children, they are burning in the black. People used to dance by candlelight, play their spinning plates, when we burnt, when we cindered, far above the town. All right, yeah, this one needs a bit of context for anyone who isn't a hockey historian, like me. Howie Morenz, oh fuck, I think it was 1937, but anyways, sorry. Yeah, it was in 1937. Anyways, Howie Morenz was like There was the original 6 era in hockey, which lasted between 1942 and 1967. And during that time, there were only 6 teams, but before that there wasn't an NHL, and it was a big deal. Howie Morenz was pretty much the greatest hockey player before the original 6. Maurice Richard and Gordie Howe broke all his records eventually, but yeah, he was the man, and he played for the Montreal Canadiens. And coming from Vancouver, a city with no history at all, I'm often interested and fascinated by how Montreal processes its history, and simultaneously naive and objective outlook, I suppose, on it. But Howie Morenz is kind of forgotten, but it's like it's this really weird pagan sort of deal. But he was playing his last year in the NHL. He planned to retire, and late in the regular season, he slid, and this is in the era before antibiotics. But he slid into the boards and cut his leg. Like, no big deal, right? But no, it was. He went to the Hotel Dieu and he died of the infection. Like the most famous hockey player in the world, and I think there should be a statue built for him or something, because like everyone lionizes Maurice Richard, as they should, but like I almost feel like that's too sad and weird. Like people just don't die like that, at least in the Western privileged world anymore, and I think it's disturbing to sometimes think about how they did at one time. They obviously do just die like that everywhere else, sorry. Alright, so this poem's called The City. It was no orgy held in Sicilian cavern, beneath the raised eyebrow of one amongst many, the glancing and grimacing gods. But nonetheless, it happened in the Forum. Howie Morenz dying of gangrene, the shards of oak, the splinters, the flask of brandy tucked beneath the hospital bed. The pallbearers had the shakes. It was 2 p.m., you know the hour, when the howling hits, when the streets are lined with cigarette butts. Eclipse runs the market, saddens the children. The joie de vivre makes you cough. The bones break beneath the pressure. Infection sets in. The pallbearers had the shakes and carried the coffin still. A drinker becomes a monster, or so I told them once, as I gathered the kindling for the campfire perpetual. What's that story? What's that story now? I've forgotten it all, to tell you the truth. But I'll tell you this one anyway. It wasn't an orgy, but it happened at the Forum. Howie Morenz, dead of gangrene. The pallbearers laughing beneath the tombstones. Grim, skullcapped, mountain, city where I will die.